It often starts with something small. Maybe you realize it's been a while since you felt truly awake, not just in your mind, but in your body. You move through the day, keep busy, but there's a quiet part of you that feels disconnected. That quietness down there is hard to explain, but you know what I mean? It's not about age. It's about a slow change you can feel but not quite name. As a specialist in male health, I've heard this story more times than I can count, and many men are shocked to learn that the problem isn't always where they think it is. In fact, it might begin with something as unexpected as acid buildup in your body, and yes, something as ordinary as baking soda could play a role in turning things around. A study from Tufts University confirmed that keeping your body's pH in balance can have a noticeable effect on circulation, energy, and even male vitality. So if that part of you has gone quiet lately, you're not alone. Type "still got it" in the comments if you're ready to understand how small changes can lead to a big return in how your body feels. Inside your body, there's a quiet balancing act happening every second. Your blood, your tissues, even your saliva all depend on one simple thing: pH balance. Think of pH like the body's internal thermostat, but instead of temperature, it measures how acidic or alkaline your system is. Your blood works best when its pH stays slightly alkaline, right around 7.4 on the pH scale. But here's the catch: modern life constantly pushes your body out of that balance. Everything from processed foods and sugar to stress and lack of movement increases acid in your body. Even healthy habits like intense exercise create acid as a byproduct. Over time, this acid overload leads to inflammation, poor circulation, and the quiet breakdown of systems you once took for granted, especially down there. When your body is too acidic, it becomes harder for blood to flow freely, for muscles to relax, and for your male hormones to do their job. This isn't something you feel overnight. It happens slowly, like a drip filling a glass. You might not notice until one day you realize that you no longer feel the way you used to down there. And by then, it's not just your energy that's faded, your confidence, your connection to your body, and even your relationships may be quietly impacted. That's why more health experts are now looking at body pH as a root cause, not just a number. And this is exactly where baking soda enters the picture, not as a cure, but as a way to gently bring your body back toward balance. The less acid you carry, the more freely your blood can move, and the more likely those quiet signals begin to return. Now that we've uncovered how acidity affects circulation, let's look at the quiet tool that supports it naturally. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is not some trendy supplement or costly treatment. It's a simple, well-studied compound with a powerful ability to help neutralize excess acid and support the body's internal balance, especially when it comes to circulation down there. When your body becomes too acidic, blood vessels stiffen, inflammation rises, and tissues receive less oxygen. But when you lower that acidity, the reverse starts to happen. Blood vessels begin to relax. Blood flows more freely, and energy systems, including those tied to male vitality, start working the way they're supposed to again. Baking soda doesn't create energy. It simply helps restore the conditions that let your body produce and distribute energy more effectively, especially to the parts that often feel quiet with age. What's interesting is how athletes have used this for decades through something called soda loading. They take small amounts of baking soda before intense workouts to delay the burn caused by acid buildup. When acid overwhelms the muscles, it forces them to stop early. But with baking soda acting as a buffer, muscle endurance improves and fatigue is delayed. Now consider what that means for muscles that play a role during intimacy. These muscles may be small, but they require coordination, oxygen, and blood just the same. So while baking soda won't replace movement, mindset, or healthy living, it can make all of those things more effective. It supports the flow, opens the pathways, and gently reduces the pressure that's been building inside. The result? You don't just feel better, you start feeling connected again, especially in those places you may have quietly given up on. Down there, subtle improvements matter. And when blood flow returns, so does warmth, sensitivity, and awareness, not through force, but through function. That's what baking soda offers, a natural way to support the circulation your body still wants if only you let it. Baking soda's effects don't stop at circulation or energy. This simple powder, sitting quietly in your kitchen, offers a range of benefits that support the aging male body in ways you might not expect. It's not a supplement, it's not a drug, but its ability to calm inflammation and reduce acid overload makes it useful across several health areas, especially for men over 60. Let's begin with joint pain. As you age, stiffness in the knees, hips, or back becomes part of daily life. Many of these aches come from chronic inflammation, which often starts with an overly acidic environment inside the body. A study from Tufts University showed that baking soda may signal the spleen to slow down inflammatory responses, leading to less joint discomfort over time. When your body feels less inflamed, it moves better, and that includes better comfort down there. 2. Next is digestion. After meals, many older men experience heartburn or acid reflux, a burning sensation rising from the chest or throat. This happens when stomach acid backs up into the esophagus. Baking soda acts as a natural antacid, neutralizing that acid almost immediately. Just half a teaspoon mixed in water can bring quick relief, without the side effects of strong over-the-counter medications. But perhaps the most surprising benefit involves kidney support. Your kidneys play a key role in managing acid levels over time, especially with age or poor diet. They become overwhelmed. Clinical doctors sometimes use baking soda to reduce acid load in patients with early-stage kidney problems by easing pressure on the kidneys. This simple powder can help preserve function, even without direct treatment. For men who want to maintain long-term health, this indirect support is meaningful. And finally, we return to circulation. Chronic acidity narrows blood vessels, makes the heart work harder, and interrupts blood flow. By balancing pH, baking soda helps keep vessels flexible and open, allowing blood to reach all areas, including the sensitive ones that matter most to male confidence and identity. So while many see baking soda as just a baking ingredient, it may be one of the most underestimated allies for aging men. Its benefits don't scream for attention, but they work quietly, from the inside out. And when that support reaches all the way down there, the difference isn't just physical, it's a sense of returning to yourself one glass of water at a time. Like anything that influences your health, baking soda must be used the right way to be helpful. It's easy to assume more is better. But that's not true here. The goal isn't to flood your system with alkalinity. The goal is to support balance, gently, so your body can respond on its own, for general wellness and circulation support. Start with just 1/4 to half a teaspoon of baking soda dissolved completely in a full glass of water, about 8 ounces or 240 milliliters. Drink it slowly on an empty stomach, or at least 2 hours after your last meal, so it doesn't interfere with digestion. Many men find it helpful to take this once or twice a week, especially before light exercise or when they feel low on energy down there. But there are important rules to follow. First, Do not use this daily without speaking to your doctor, especially if you have high blood pressure or follow a low-sodium diet. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate, and too much sodium can increase health risks if you're not careful. Second, avoid using heaping spoonfuls or large doses. More is not better. It can disrupt your body's mineral balance and lead to problems with your kidneys or blood pressure. Finally, listen to your body. If you experience bloating, nausea, or unusual discomfort after drinking baking soda water, stop using it and consult a medical professional. Baking soda is a tool, not a treatment. When used with care and understanding, it can offer support in ways you feel from head to toe, including down there. But like all tools, it works best in the right hands and in the right amount. Some men believe that once they lose that spark, it's gone for good. But the truth is, your body rarely gives up without reason. It simply adapts to stress, diet, age, and lifestyle, and in that quiet adaptation, signals start fading. Down there, things feel slower, less responsive, and you begin to question if it's just part of getting older. But what if it's not about age? What if it's about the conditions inside your body? You don't need a miracle drug to reconnect with your body. What you need is to remove the barriers that are getting in the way, like inflammation, acid buildup, and poor circulation. Baking soda doesn't fix everything, but it gives your body space to do what it was meant to do, with better pH balance and less internal stress. Your hormone systems begin to flow again. Blood reaches the areas that matter, and small signals you thought were lost may slowly return. This approach doesn't come with side effects or a long list of warnings. It's not fast, and it doesn't promise instant results, but it works quietly, from the inside out, helping you feel more like yourself again. It's not about performance. It's about restoring connection to your strength, your confidence, your identity as a man. So if you've been feeling off lately, or you miss waking up with energy and clarity in your lower body, maybe it's not a decline. Maybe it's a signal one that your body is still willing to respond to, once it's supported the right way. This isn't about youth. It's about returning to balance, one small change at a time. And sometimes, that small change begins with something as humble as a pinch of baking soda in water. When people think of change, they often picture big steps, expensive solutions, or dramatic treatments. But real change, especially in the body, usually starts with something small. A quiet decision, a simple habit, something that gives your system a nudge in the right direction. That's exactly what baking soda offers, not a cure, but a reminder that balance is still possible. Even after 60, it's easy to forget how much your body wants to work with you. Even if you've been feeling disconnected from your energy, your strength, or your confidence down there, the foundation isn't gone. It's just waiting for the right conditions to return. And when your blood flows better, when inflammation calms, when your hormone rhythms get room to breathe, you don't just feel change, you remember what it means to feel like yourself again. Baking soda won't give instant results, and it won't replace healthy habits, but it's a tool, a safe, inexpensive, well-understood tool that supports circulation, hormone balance, and overall vitality. Not with noise, but with quiet support that builds over time. If this message spoke to you, don't let it stop here. Try one small change. Talk to your doctor. Listen to your body. And if this helped you understand what might be possible again, please leave a comment below saying, "Back in Balance," and subscribe to this channel for more practical, science-backed insights made just for you.